Have you noticed how some people seem to have a magnet for success? I'm talking about those people who, regardless of the circumstances, always seem to find their way to their goals. Maybe you know someone like that, or perhaps you wonder why. Despite your efforts, your desires seem to remain in the realm of dreams without being realized. The answer to this mystery has been right in front of you all this time, hidden in plain sight, within the workings of your own mind. Today, we're going to explore a fundamental truth that could completely transform your reality: the combined power of expectation and conscious visualization. Your mind is like an extraordinarily powerful movie projector. It doesn't just project images onto a screen. It has the power to manifest those images into your physical reality. This projector is constantly running, whether you believe it or not, shaping your daily experience through your deepest expectations and the images you hold in your mind. For a long time, we've been taught that success is a result of hard work, dedication, and perhaps a bit of luck. While these factors are important, there is a crucial component that is rarely discussed. This component is none other than the way our expectations and visualizations program our reality. Today, we'll give you a new perspective on why most people struggle to manifest their desires, even when they use techniques like affirmations or vision boards. You'll discover why expectation is more powerful than any other manifestation tool, and most importantly, you'll learn how to cultivate the right type of expectation that naturally attracts your desires to you. This video won't just change your understanding of how reality works, but it will also provide you with practical, proven tools to consciously create the life you want. It doesn't matter where you are right now or how many times you've tried to materialize your dreams unsuccessfully in the past. What matters is that you're here, ready to learn and apply an approach that could change everything. Think about all the times you've said, "I knew this was going to happen," and it did. In those moments, did you stop and reflect on the true meaning of that phrase? Of course not. It simply happened the way you expected it to. It's a very common situation, but what you experienced was something much deeper: the power of expectation in its purest form. Expectation is not just a casual thought or a fleeting wish. It's a creative force that operates at the deepest levels of our consciousness, constantly shaping our reality in ways we are just beginning to understand. When you expect something to happen, your mind enters a particular state of preparation and anticipation that goes far beyond just positive thinking. Imagine a fighter. To succeed, they must anticipate their opponent's moves. This anticipation isn't a simple wish. It's a state of total preparation where every fiber of their being is tuned into what they expect to happen. This is the true nature of expectation, an active state of preparation that involves both the conscious and subconscious mind. Most people don't realize they are constantly using the power of expectation, although they generally do so unconsciously. When you expect something to go wrong, when you anticipate problems or difficulties, you're using exactly the same power, but in the opposite direction. It's like having a superpower and using it against yourself without realizing it. What's fascinating about expectation is that it operates on a deeper level than the more popular manifestation techniques. While affirmations and vision boards mainly work with a conscious mind, true expectation is rooted in the depths of your being. It's the difference between planting a seed on the surface of soil and planting it at the right depth where it can take root. When you truly expect something, your brain starts working on multiple levels to make that expectation become reality. Your senses sharpen to detect opportunities related to what you expect. Your subconscious mind begins processing information and generating ideas that could help manifest that expectation. Even your behavior subtly adjusts to align with what you expect to happen. This is why expectation is more powerful than any other manifestation tool. It doesn't require constant conscious effort. Once a true expectation is established in your mind, it operates automatically, like a program running in the background of a computer. You don't need to constantly remind yourself of your expectation. It simply becomes part of your perceived reality. But here's the crucial point you need to understand. There's a fundamental difference between desiring something and actually expecting it. You might desire to win the lottery, but do you truly expect it to happen? You might desire promotion at work, but do you truly expect to receive it? The gap between desire and expectation is where the true power of manifestation lies. The good news is that expectation is a skill that can be developed and strengthened consciously. Just like a muscle that grows stronger with regular exercise, your ability to maintain positive and powerful expectations can be cultivated through consistent practice. And as you strengthen this skill, you'll begin to notice surprising changes in how your reality unfolds. The key is to begin becoming aware of your current expectations and learning to direct them intentionally. As we'll see later, this requires a deeper understanding of how your mind operates and how you can reprogram it to always expect the best from life. There's a fundamental mistake that most people make when trying to manifest their desires. They confuse believing with knowing. This distinction may seem subtle at first, but it is absolutely crucial to understanding why some people manage to manifest their desires while others constantly struggle unsuccessfully. When you believe in something, there's still room for doubt. It's like having one foot in two different worlds, one where your desire is possible and another where it isn't. This duality, this crack in your conviction, is precisely what weakens the power of your manifestation. Think of it this way. Do you believe that when you pinch your skin it will hurt, or do you know it will hurt? The answer is obvious. You know with absolute certainty. This certainty, this unshakable knowledge, is the mental state you need to cultivate toward your goals and desires. It's not enough to believe that you can achieve success. You must know that success is inevitable. It's not enough to believe that you deserve abundance. You must know that abundance is your natural state. The difference may seem semantic, but it is fundamentally energetic and vibrational. Imagine an Olympic athlete preparing for a competition. They don't step onto the track believing they can win. They step on knowing that they will give everything they've got, knowing that every training session, every sacrifice, every moment of preparation has led them to this point. This absolute certainty is reflected in their posture, in their gaze, in every fiber of their being. There's no room for doubt, no place for wavering beliefs. True knowing manifests as conviction so deep that it would be impossible to convince you otherwise. Just as no one could convince you that your name isn't your name or that the sky isn't blue, you must develop that same level of unshakable certainty toward your goals and desires. This is a vibrational frequency that true expectation requires to develop. To achieve this level of certainty, you must begin by recognizing the areas in your life where you already operate from absolute knowing. Observe how you feel in those moments. The total absence of doubt, the crystal clear clarity of your conviction. That feeling, that mental state, is your reference point for cultivating the same certainty toward your most ambitious goals. The process of transforming beliefs into knowing requires a conscious reprogramming of your mental patterns. Every time you find yourself saying, "I believe I can," stop and correct yourself. Say, "I know I can." When thoughts of doubt arise, remember that they are simply remnants of old thought patterns, not absolute truths. That same phrase is what I'll ask you to comment today. I know I can. Repeat this phrase whenever doubt arises in your manifestation process. You cannot create your own reality if you're walking through life doubting. Don't forget, true manifestation happens when you reach a state of certainty so profound that the materialization of your desire becomes an inevitable conclusion. This is a vibrational frequency that opens the doors to the reality you wish to create. In just a few minutes, we'll explore how you can begin cultivating this level of absolute certainty, even in the face of circumstances that seem to contradict your desires. Because true power does not lie in denying the current reality, but in maintaining an unwavering conviction in the reality you are actively creating. But first, I want you to reflect on the following. Why does it seem more natural to expect the worst and the best? This tendency is not a coincidence, nor is it ingrained in our DNA. It is a result of subtle but constant programming we've received throughout our lives. The external world has been shaping our expectations so effectively that we don't even realize it. Let's think about how this process develops. From an early age, we are bombarded with messages that prepare us to expect difficulties, problems, and limitations. The media thrives on bad news. Our education is designed in a way that prevents us from excelling, and our culture celebrates caution over courage. It's almost as if there's an invisible conspiracy to keep us in a perpetual state of negative expectation. This programming primarily operates through two channels: the information we receive from the outside world and our own past experiences. The first channel is obvious: news, conversations, social media. all constantly transmitting messages of scarcity, danger, and limitation. Let's take, for example, the concept of an economic recession. The media bombards us with predictions of financial difficulties, unemployment, and crisis. This constant repetition creates a collective expectation that ironically contributes to manifesting those very conditions we fear, essentially, more poverty and unemployment. The second channel is more personal and perhaps more powerful: our past experiences. When we face disappointments or failures, our brain develops a defense mechanism. We begin to expect the worst as a way of protecting ourselves from emotional pain. It's as if our subconscious says, if I expect the worst, I won't be disappointed. This mechanism, although understandable, becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy that perpetuates negative cycles in our lives. The good news is that there is a solution, although it requires a radical change in how we interact with the outside world. You cannot create your desired reality if you're constantly immersed in the collective reality that others have created. You need to create your own reality bubble, a mental space where your positive expectations can flourish without the constant interference of external programming. This bubble does not mean completely isolating yourself from the world, but rather developing a conscious filter that allows you to choose what information influences your expectations. Imagine that your mind is like a beautiful garden. You wouldn't let just anyone walk in and plant seeds at random, would you? In the same way, you must be selective with the influences you allow in your mental space. Creating this reality bubble means making conscious decisions about the information you consume. It means limiting exposure to negative news, surrounding yourself with people who support your positive vision for the future, and cultivating an environment that nurtures your elevated expectations. When you hear limiting conversations about how things are, remember that these are simply the expectations of others, not absolute truths about reality. True freedom begins when you realize that you can consciously choose your expectations, regardless of what the external world tries to program into you. This is the first step to reclaiming your power as a conscious creator of your reality. Instead of being a passive receiver of external programming, you become the programmer of your own experience. Now, let's explore a powerful technique that will help you systematically reprogram your mind, allow you to maintain elevated expectations even when the outside world seems to contradict them. Because in the end, the only programming that truly matters is the one you consciously choose for yourself. Let's talk about the 100 visualizations technique. This technique is not simply another exercise in imagination. It's a systematic method for reprogramming your subconscious mind and aligning your vibrations with the reality you wish to create. The foundation of this technique lies in understanding how our brain works. Modern neuroscience has shown that our brain is incredibly plastic, capable of creating and strengthening new neural connections through conscious repetition. When we vividly and repeatedly visualize something, our brain processes those images in much the same way it processes real experiences. Elite athletes have used this principle for decades, knowing that mental visualization can be as effective as physical practice in improving performance. The 100 visualizations technique takes this concept to the next level. It's not about casually imagining your goal a few times. It requires creating a full, multisensory mental experience and consciously repeating it 100 times. I'd like to tell you that this specific number isn't arbitrary, but it is. It's simply a large number that influences your psyche, encouraging you to take the technique more seriously. Ultimately, as you already know, the power isn't in the technique. The power is in you. To implement this technique, start by choosing a specific and clear goal. Vague visualizations produce vague results. Instead of visualizing being happier, visualize specific situations that represent the happiness for you. Instead of imagining having more money, visualize a specific number in your bank account or concrete situations that represent the abundance you desire. Once you have your goal clearly defined, it's crucial to create a visualization rich in sensory details. Don't limit yourself to just seeing mental images. Incorporate all your senses. What sounds accompany your vision? What physical sensations do you experience? Are there smells or tastes associated with it? What emotions arise in your body? The more vivid and multisensory your visualization, the more powerful its impact on your subconscious. Consistency is key in this practice. You can choose to do all your visualizations in one extended session, or spread them throughout the day. The important thing is to maintain the quality and intensity of each visualization. Each repetition should feel as real and powerful as the first. If you notice that your visualizations become mechanical or lose intensity, take a break and come back when you can maintain the clarity and focus required. As you practice, you'll notice subtle but significant changes in your reality. Your subconscious mind will start recognizing opportunities aligned with your vision. Ideas and solutions will naturally arise, and people and circumstances that can help you reach your goal will appear in your life. These are signs that the technique is working, recalibrating your vibrational frequency to attract the reality you desire. A crucial aspect of this technique is tracking your practice. Keep a journal where you note not only the number of visualizations completed, but also the sensations, ideas, and synchronicities you experienced during the process. This record will help you stay focused and motivated, as well as provide you with tangible evidence of your progress. It's important to keep your visualizations focused on the desired end result, without worrying too much about the specific details of how. You can even visualize the intermediate steps that will take you to your goal, but never focus on how you will execute those steps. Give space to the universe to work its magic. Your subconscious mind is incredibly creative and can find paths toward your goal that your conscious mind hasn't even considered. As you progress in your practice, you will notice that your ability to maintain positive expectations naturally strengthens. Doubts and limiting thoughts will begin to lose their power over you. Your new mental programming will become stronger than the negative external influences, allowing you to maintain your vibrational frequency high even amid challenging circumstances. This is almost logical. If you no longer worry about how, then you have no reason to torment your mind. There are no negative expectations, limiting thoughts, or doubts. Only certainty, trust, and surrender. Research in neuroscience and quantum physics has led us to a fascinating understanding of reality that aligns perfectly with what we are exploring. Particularly revealing are the ideas developed by Jacobo Grinberg about the nature of consciousness and its relationship to reality. Grinberg proposed that there exists a fundamental neural matrix, a kind of quantum fabric of reality where individual and collective consciousness intertwine. According to this perspective, our mind is not confined within our skull, but is part of a larger network of information and energy that connects everything that exists. This understanding provides a scientific basis for how our expectations and visualizations can influence reality in a certain way. When we perform conscious visualizations and maintain clear expectations, we're not just playing with our imagination. We are actively interacting with this neural matrix, sending waves of information that influence the very structure of the reality we perceive. At this point, it is important to highlight the fact that most people seek to transform their physical reality through manifestation. Therefore, if this is your case, you must understand that there will always need to be some action on your part. In other words, if you want to see results in the physical plane, you must learn to move in the physical plane. Do not fall into the trap of believing that creation is purely positive thinking. Physical preparation is a powerful statement to the universe about the seriousness of our intentions. When we prepare the space to receive what we desire, we are demonstrating an active faith in our manifestation. It's not enough to visualize and maintain positive expectations. We must create the necessary material conditions for our desires to materialize. Imagine a musician who dreams of performing on big stages while visualizing their success and maintaining the expectation of achieving it. They must also prepare their instrument, practice daily, create their material, and establish connections in the industry. Each of these physical actions is creating the channels through which their success will flow. Aligned action goes beyond simple physical activity. It must resonate with the vibrational frequency of your goal. This means that every action you take must be in harmony with the version of yourself who has already achieved that goal. If you wish to manifest financial abundance, your actions must reflect the mindset and habits of someone already living in abundance. If you seek a meaningful relationship, your actions must reflect the love and respect you wish to receive. The universe responds to this alignment of thought and action with amazing synchronicities. You will begin to notice signs and opportunities that you previously overlooked. People who can help you on your journey will appear in your life. Seemingly casual situations will align to favor your goal. These are not coincidences. They are the natural result of your elevated vibrational frequency manifesting in the physical plane. Momentum is a crucial aspect of this process. Every aligned action you take generates energy that propels the next action. It's like a snowball growing as it rolls down a mountain. At first, it may seem like your actions aren't producing immediate visible results. However, they are building energetic momentum that will eventually manifest in tangible changes in your reality. At some point in your manifestation journey, you'll go into a flow, as it is often called, and you will understand this whole concept of momentum better. Recognizing and acting upon the signs the universe sends you is equally important. These signs may appear as sudden intuitions, chance encounters, or ideas that arise during your visualizations. Each of these signs is an invitation to take aligned action. Ignoring them is like rejecting the hand the universe extends to help you on your path. Physical preparation can also literally mean rearranging your physical environment to accommodate what you wish to attract. If you seek a relationship, have you created space in your life for another person? If you desire financial prosperity, have you organized your finances in a way that reflects your expectation of abundance? The secret lies in maintaining a balance between persistent action and relaxed trust in the process. There's no need to force things or act from a place of anxiety or desperation. The most effective actions are those that arise naturally from your state of elevated expectation and absolute trust. Your actions are a demonstration of faith and expectation. They are the tangible proof of your commitment to your vision and create the channels through which the universe can deliver your manifestations. Every aligned action is a powerful affirmation that you are ready and willing to receive everything you visualized. The path to manifesting our desires is not always linear. Even with techniques and understanding, we will encounter moments of doubt and resistance. These obstacles are not signs of failure. They are opportunities for transformation that, when managed properly, can strengthen our practice and accelerate our manifestation process. The most common resistance we face comes from our own limiting mental patterns. These patterns are like deep grooves in our minds, created by years of experiences and conditioning. When we try to create new realities, these old patterns are triggered, generating doubts and fears that may seem irrational, but feel intensely real. Imagine these limiting patterns as a mental immune system. Just as our body can reject something new and potentially beneficial, our mind can resist new ways of thinking and being. This resistance often manifests as negative self-talk, physical sensations of anxiety, or a sudden loss of motivation, just when we are about to make a significant leap in our development. The key to transforming these resistances lies in understanding that they are natural reactions to change. When we encounter thoughts like, "this won't work for me," or "maybe I'm being naive," we can recognize them as echoes of our old belief systems struggling to maintain control. Instead of fighting these thoughts or trying to suppress them, we can observe them with curiosity and compassion. Negative experiences from the past can create layers of emotional protection that need to be gently unraveled. Every disappointment, every failure, every moment of pain has left a mark on our psyche. These experiences are not permanent barriers, but teachers that help us refine our practice and strengthen our resolve. Developing resilience in the manifestation process requires a delicate balance between persistence and flexibility. Persistence keeps us focused on our vision, even when external circumstances seem challenging. Flexibility allows us to adapt our approach without losing sight of the ultimate goal. It's like a tree that remains firmly rooted while its branches sway with the wind. The fear of failure and success are two sides of the same coin that often emerge during this process. The fear of failure can paralyze us, making us doubt our ability to manifest our desires. Paradoxically, the fear of success can be just as paralyzing, as it involves venturing into unknown territory and taking on new responsibilities. The most effective way to handle these fears is to view them as indicators of growth. When we feel fear, it means we are expanding our limits, moving beyond our comfort zone. Every moment of doubt is an invitation to deepen our practice and strengthen our conviction. Maintaining a clear vision of our goal during difficult times requires a special practice. When external circumstances seem to contradict our expectations, it is crucial to remember that the physical reality we observe is simply the echo of past thought patterns. Changes in our current consciousness will manifest in due time, as long as we maintain our vibrational frequency high. True transformation occurs when we begin to see obstacles not as barriers, but as an integral part of the manifestation process. Each resistance we overcome strengthens our ability to maintain high expectations. Each doubt transformed into certainty increases our manifestation power. In this sense, challenges are not enemies of our progress, but drivers of our growth. Now you understand that expectation is not simply a passive mental state, but creative force that actively shapes your reality. You have discovered the crucial difference between believing and knowing, and you have learned how to transform your beliefs into absolute certainty. You have realized how the outside world has been programming your expectations, and more importantly, you have learned how to take control of that programming. The 100 visualizations technique is no longer just another tool in your arsenal. It is a tangible bridge between the world of possibilities and your physical reality. You understand that each visualization is a signal you send to the neural matrix of the universe, reorganizing the field of possibilities in your favor. Obstacles that once seemed insurmountable now reveal themselves as opportunities for growth and transformation. Every resistance you encounter is simply an invitation to strengthen your practice and deepen your understanding. Your ability to maintain high expectations strengthens with every challenge you overcome. The time to start is now. Don't wait for perfect circumstances or additional signs, because deep down you know you're only deceiving yourself. Your desire for change, your presence here, your willingness to learn and grow are all the signs you need.